So, as you know, some player has feeling with backhand, some players has feeling with forehand. For example, in forehand grip, you will see the middle line of the racket is fall to this side. So, it means this is the player's grip for forehand. Then this side is more for the backhand, this grip. But for the beginning, we request every player comes to the middle line, between these two fingers. Between these two fingers, racket holds to the middle line. It's not fall to the forehand, not fall to the backhand, in the middle line. This is very important for afterwards when you develop your table tennis skill. Do not, because afterwards the game will be more and more faster and the ball will be, quality will be more and more intense. You will lose time. Always change here with very good shape, you know, always change here. You lose a lot of time and a lot of control for this. It's better to start from the middle, then you have less changing during forehand and backhand. For the top level, for the shakehand player, for the top level, in the end, 3 points on your hands is most important. It's this 2-finger feeling and also that. Try to hold your racket once. With this 2-finger feeling, with the fixed point, and also there. Under your hand, this feeling. To feel your racket. For the top level, your finger has to feel your racket, feel each touch. So, for these 3 points, it creates more spin and also more arm. Because a lot of players, sometimes we see some players has feeling with this finger, some players has feeling with that finger, makes more rotation. But here, it also needs this fixed point. Then it creates arm to create better arm to the for the grip. So, every player has different character for these three fixed points. So for Zhang Yining, she is very weak with this finger to feel the press last moment. That's why for the short ball, short return, short flip, she is not perfect. So after the grip, after we explain the grip, now we would like to explain about forehand side, how to use your weight, how to change use your balance and change your weight. Most of the young player has one problem, and we do not. The player doesn't use the balance, doesn't use the gravity to change from left to right to finish your movement. Most of you use more with arm movement. Maybe at moment when you change your gravity with left, right, it seems very boring. Sometimes you see even it's not necessary because you're already on position or you have good feeling. It's already able to play with different ball without footwork moving. But with this habit, afterwards really disturb your development of table tennis. With such exercise, even with shadow movement, maybe you heard it already. With shadow movement, you look into the mirror and try to correct your movement. Even when she was in national team, even when she was still player in the national team player, she still does it. She still did it, and try to correct her movement to see what's wrong with her body coordination. Because always we should think about it, how your movement is. It's never the same as it is. That's why you need often to correct your movement. From the mirror, from the camera. Maybe it seems very boring. I think some coaches already did some exercise. You think it's stupid to watch yourself, but it's very necessary if you want to still improve. Table tennis is not only hand sport. It's not only hand sport. Hand is important, but it's not a hand sport. All your power, all your energy, it's from the feet to your knee, to your waist, to your body, to your elbow, to your arm, to your hand, and to your finger. It's from downstairs. It's from down. It's not from up. It's from down. The table looks very small, but often in the game, sometimes you are not able to touch one ball. You are even not able to return this ball back because of your footwork and all. It looks easy, so ball is there. If you stand just like this, you feel you get all the balls, but it's placement a little bit wide, and your footwork doesn't go, you don't get the ball. So that's why this using your gravity, using your weight to change from left to right, then also to come back and try to improve your quality afterwards, quality of the touch, and also try to improve your position after you play. This morning we already saw a lot of players when you start warming up to play, we already see you play only with arm. We see most of you play after one movement and waiting for next ball back. Your footwork never comes back. So it's easy to only make one movement to fix with your finger, fix with your arm, but it's very difficult. Most difficult part is using these three parts: legs, body, and arm, finger all together. This is the most difficult part. The angle of hitting, last moment hitting ball forehand side, do not be too close, because we also see, maybe some of you will see, your racket shape is too close, the angle is too close. Then it's very difficult to create arc. You should start open first. It's not directly close. It starts from open. And your movement, when you stay close to the table, you use your here down arm, small arm, down arm to practice. Your movement is correct. But depending on your situation, if you are one step back from the table, then you need long arm. With this movement, it's not able to create long arm. So then you need you use more with your body and with your up arm to create the arc altogether. And another thing is from the forehand movement placement. The best level of forehand movement is when you're changing the diagonal and the parallel is same movement. Even now in Chinese second national team, she saw some players when play diagonal is one movement, when play parallel and try to change another movement. This level is second level. The best level is you do same movement, just change the angle of the touch, change the angle about the touching point, about between yourself and ball. Same movement, the line change. Then it's very difficult for your opponent to recognize which line you play. We will miss once again, as we just mentioned before, with this footwork to coming back. when you finish your footwork, finish your movement with your forehand movement, your first reaction is come back with your start position. Then your eye has to keep the view always to your opponent's hands and the ball. It's not after the play just watch this view. So after play, your first reaction is automatically come back with your weight, with your gravity. Then your eye keep watching on the ball and also on the movement from your opponent. If you recognize the ball until ball around the net or close to the net or over the net, normally this ball is over. Some of you doesn't have this mind, doesn't have this habit in your mind. You play until ball fly until here, you see the ball, then you play. It's too late. As we see most of you pay up very big tension up of your body. Pay less tension, very relaxed on your legs. Normally up here, arm and waist is a little bit more relaxed compared to the legs. Legs you keep all the time tension. Never be brave. Never after one ball play you stand. Your legs always keep all the tension here. Here down. Keep this position. Keep your knee a little bit down. You feel your feet is really on the ground. Exactly on the ground and getting all the power. It's not like slippery, you don't do any power on the ground. You feel it's on the ground. The feeling is on the ground. You can see when top player play, you can hear a lot of noisy when their foot is on the ground. Even sometimes you can hear this. Because that's power is from down. It's not only from your hands, it's from down first. From your feet. If you don't get this feeling on your feet to get the power from ground, so you cannot get power, you cannot use the power to come back. Your weight is not there. Also in service return part, as we see today, when you play match, we see it is, for us this is not the match. You just, because you need maybe the ranking, the get ranking, you have to play. It's not you really play match. This is not match atmosphere. You can see in the end, two Chinese boys, they play for the final. In the end, how they fight. How do you see how they move their legs? Very tension. All the tension you see. Often we see from you, miss 1 point, okay, miss. Doesn't matter, miss. This habit is from your normal practice. It's happened in your game now. Now we explain backhand basic. Backhand, as now table tennis tendency, is more and more important than before, and more stable in the backhand side with using the technique. So first you have to find one position is between attack and block, offensive and defense. So if your arm is too low, if you have enough time you attack, it's fine. You have enough time to correct your movement. But if suddenly the other one may counter tossing back, you need to switch to the defense position, it's too late. Because you will lose your arm out. You need to find between. The arm not too low to start. So for the backhand side, it's a little bit, start position is a little bit different than forehand. Forehand maybe it's more to the right leg. Backhand side is more, starting point is between left and right leg to start. You know, this position is because you protect backhand side You stay in backhand side position, but also protect your forehand. That's why backhand side is in the your weight, your gravity is in the middle. But if you already confirm the ball is in your backhand side, you still need to do this gravity change from left to the right to finish your movement.
什么时候用反手，什么时候用正手？因为你是正对着这个球台，对吧？正对着这个球，如果这个球冲你右边来的时候，其实是可以用正手的。如果冲这个球冲你左边来，基本上都会用反手。所以这样根据对方那个。
So maybe during practice, during game, you have often problem. You don't know because if ball is coming fast, you don't know when to use forehand, when to use backhand. Sometimes you feel unknown, whereas you don't know, then you are a little bit unsure. So Yining give a little bit some tips about this. If you don't know this situation, first is this backhand position. If the ball is coming to your forehand shoulder, right shoulder, ball is coming to your right shoulder, you use your forehand. Judgment. Your judgment use your forehand. If come to this shoulder. If ball is against, it's come to your left shoulder. So mostly it's with your backhand. It's easiest way to get it.
还有防守的时候的意思就是，应该是先护住自己的反手位，然后再进正手，没有说上手来讲这个就是对，再反过来的时候一定是来。
So also another tip. Last training camp, a few months ago we did it. So we also explained the use play. For example, if you don't know where ball comes, your first reaction is protect your backhand. To protect your backhand position. Because backhand to forehand is easy to swing your body. If you protect your backhand, it's easy to swing your body. If you pay more attention in your forehand side, if ball is coming to backhand, this way is more difficult. So for example, if we give irregular exercise, so if you don't know where ball come back, for example, like middle corner, you have one exercise, we do it quite often in Europe. After one play, so first reaction is always protect your backhand. Then try to swing your forehand in practice. A lot of players we see is after middle ball you will still stay in forehand position. Then coming to backhand, nearly impossible.
反手还有一个共性就是手，他们有一个错误就是手离身体太远，都是支在前面这样打出去的。
And the next point we see is general problem of youth players. Often we feel backhand side, counter block or counter topspin. Your arm, your touching point, not only arm, your touching point is too far from your body. Your touching point. Then it's less control. If the touching point is far from your body, it's less control. Like you're writing something close to your body, here you have more feeling to write. Far from your body, it's difficult. Less control. So always it's a little bit close to your body, then finish your movement. Your body always has more stability. Your body always has more stability than your hand and your finger. So here is the extra. There is the basics. Also some girls, we see it when you finish your movement to the right leg, you need to come back. Often we see play some balls, then you will see the movement is like this. Then you don't have your basic start point anymore. Then the quality of your ball, your hit is also getting less and less and less. Even you do sometimes you return this ball. Sometimes happens you return this ball back. But for high level players, even this ball you will return back. They have more chance to change the line, both line. Then you lose your balance already. Meaning that there's one footwork to fix this problem. Is try to move as much as possible for your left leg, a little bit like small jumping, to the middle, then try to come back to this position. Not only use one leg like this, then again this position. Try to move your legs, both legs as much as possible. Then coming back. It's again come to the footwork. You have to move. That's why it doesn't matter forehand and the backhand. First, footwork is important, and your footwork is because of your judgment. If you don't practice your judgment, you just practice every day. Coach gives exercise, you don't know why you practice. Even very simple exercise, you don't think about this judgment. You don't look at or you don't watch the grip from your partners. You don't have this mind in the game. It doesn't matter how much you practice. It doesn't help. You practice your mind. You practice with reasons for this exercise. Watching ball all the time, then move your feet. Okay, so now we, after forehand and backhand explain, so we would like to take some European player and to see. Okay? So volunteer Euro. 找一个好赖唱，随便叫一个。要不传？Okay, come here. You block. You play with him. You play with 打什么？这种对正手。Forehand position play some balls. If you find you can make top spin. So boss has problem. You need to just find out. This is the typical player. She feels last moment when he hit the ball. This part doesn't feel on a racket. This part press feeling. You use mostly with these two fingers, but last moment this three finger plus here, you don't press enough. That's why you feel ball has enough up, but not strong enough. Okay, try once again to feel this. You see the up much higher. The up much higher. Okay, then the young player watch his right leg. Watch his right. We found some problems that we explain. First, watch his right leg. Watch his right leg. Okay, stop. Actually, he pressed the right leg, but you see the weight is on the left. I think he doesn't press. He doesn't switch off his weight to the right. He doesn't come here. For right hand forehand side, right leg is start leg. It's most important leg. He tried to finish his movement always on left, but he ignored already to get the power from the right. His movement looks fine, but he already lost the basic because from the right leg, he doesn't press enough. He didn't swing enough. He didn't put enough weight on the right. Okay, some more. Try some more. Feel more a little bit from the side. Touch more. You feel a little bit more from the side. This one better. Yes. Up better. A bit better. Okay. So you understand? So next one. Someone. One girl. Yes. What's your name? Anita. Okay, Anita. Right. Good one. Return. Click on.
这个手啊，你看他现在这个打球啊，他打球太勾了，他打球勾了以后
His grip is too close, you know, too close, too much to his left side.
他这一段都没问题，身体也没有问题，手勾了以后，你看他手腕动了，以后他影响他调节，影响他摩擦。
Because of too close, so at moment she finished movement, no big problem. But afterwards, it will be more problem. She changed her movement, she correct her movement. Because now it's already close. Her movement is fixed, no more possibility. She tries to do all the time this way.
你看他打完了，如果你看打完了之后啊，放松。